I can see the
Merry Christmas.
yeah, Mr. Pansat, Merry Christmas to you, sir. Thanks very much for joining us. I can see my brother is also here as well. Alex, Mr. Peter Okundaye, ECBD, 2 Niger, Jesus is King, Mangs, and Goodman. God bless every one of you. Thank you very much for joining us. Okay, I have to relieve Ima, because I see that the topic is becoming more interesting and many of you don't have enough time to deliberate on this, especially the issue that Mr. Pansat brought on Gumi. So I think the enough time was not given to him to analyze it. Many of you right here. So you all know what this platform is all about. We are here to talk about the things that's affecting us. If you know you're a selfish person, you don't need to come to this platform because we want a better Nigeria. If we cannot have a better Nigeria by February, then we should demand for division. That's it. That's what we're doing right now because it's already obvious that the country is already captured. Although many of us know that the country is captured many years ago, but we are very, very hopeful. We are hopeful, fingers crossing, that yes, by February, they will be able to, in togetherness, change the narrative. But if we cannot, for any reason, then I'm going to join others to cry for division. That's it, because we can't continue like this. People are being killed every day. Hunger is killing people. Banditry everywhere, and you see somebody coming out to say that they shouldn't kill bandits, and because they are,
even cow, sir, even
yes,
cow is killing too.
exactly. Cow just killed somebody as well. So the whole situation is becoming so terrible. A pregnant woman was killed, a lawyer, and the situation is, trust me, my people, if this is not happening to you, doesn't mean it's not happening to others. We are alive, we are talking, we are hearing. That's why, and this is when we need to fight, for ourselves, because those that are already dead, they can't fight for themselves. So I appreciate every one of you. I just came here so that we can take another round, on this. We cannot continue like this. And one thing I'm going to add here, which I want people to answer, because yesterday somebody flashed it on this media, saying, was it on the comment section or someone called in? I don't know, saying that they are very. Oh, it was on the other reactions that we brought here, saying that they are scared that military might take over the country again. You know why? For some of you, I don't know if you guys still. I know many of you here remember what happened during the time of Abiola. Abiola won that election, and it was denied. Abacha came in. Abiola went to exile. Somebody can correct me, because what I can remember is what I'm saying right now. Abiola ran to exile, and later on he came on for any reason. I don't know who advised him to return back to Nigeria to declare himself as a winner and the next president of Nigeria. And he also urged Nigerians, to regard only him as the president of Nigeria, not the military. And he called the military at that time names, thieves, and many other derogatory names, which triggered Abacha, to call for his arrest, immediate arrest. So to cut everything short, Abiola died, in the cell, and his wife also died then, if I can remember. I don't know how she died. I can't remember all these stories. I know many of you have more of these stories. The reason why I'm recapitulating back to the history is because, yes, our principal is very, very dear to me. I don't know him in person, but I love him. But I'm not supporting him because I love him. I want people to get that right. It's not because I love him, I'm supporting him, but because I know amongst all of them fighting right now, let me focus out, because if I have to focus on the 17 front runners, it looks like we might be here for the whole day. Let's focus on the 3 horse race. I've checked and I've scrutinized, and I get to know that yes, he's the only one. Is between Peter Obi and Peter Obi, because there's no other option. When you have another option, you can say, okay, if Peter Obi not win, we could manage this one. But the remaining 2 that is fighting with him There's no option from them at all. These are the people that has been killing us. If you like, accept it. If you like, don't accept it. People insult us every day. Somebody actually sent me a long message yesterday insulting the hell out of me and all that, saying that and the painful part of it is that he was an Igbo person. I don't know, maybe he changed the name and all that, I don't know, but the message, the way he was talking and all that, he was actually threatening me, saying that Peter will be matter and I go kill the father ahead, not be me. You know, he went as far saying all that. Listen, guys, I know you might be watching now, or some of you that doesn't like us might be watching us right now, but I want to let you know that why are you doing this? You have right to who you want to support, and I have right to who I want to support. And I'm lucky that at this particular time, I have a platform where I'm campaigning for my principal. I'm not borrowing a platform. I have mine, and I'm using it to the person I choose. Have I done anything wrong there? Why all this threat all the time? You guys come on our comment section, you threaten us. The other day, my employee was attacked. You come on our email, you come to our WhatsApp, you come everywhere. What is your problem?
And I watch, even me, I receive messages too.
You
a
see?
lot.
Yes,
a lot.
because you are a figure here. So I will not deny that. Of course, you are a figure here. Your voice is here all the time. So it's crazy. I want to say, I'm using my platform. If I was borrowing somebody's platform now to say, I beg, quickly borrow me this platform, might talk about Peter Obi. That's a different thing. It's just like building my house. How I live inside my house, I take concern you. How is it your problem? I don't understand what we want. Look what is going on right now. The pregnant woman that was killed, like I stated yesterday, that lawyer, may her soul rest in peace, and the unborn baby in her belly, may the baby's soul rest in peace as well. But what I said yesterday, I'll say it again. If we have to go now, you might be surprised this woman might be amongst those Nigerians that is sitting on the fence. Remember, a lot of Nigerians are still sitting on the fence till today. Some of them are saying, I not concern me. How they want to do Nigeria, not concern me. Why some are saying, oh, my vote not go count. I'm not interested though. Why some are saying, no, nah, but don't want to, or no, nah. So, God forbid. I'm not saying, I'm not judging the dead. I'm not here. I've make references to so many things on this platform. But now, why some also say, I don't want to talk. Oh, if I talk, I go die. Okay, let's put it like this. Many people statistically that have said in the past that, okay, you know what, talk, these people, my while are not good, didn't go die. Many of them have died in different ways, right? Many of them have died. The opportunity they were having in this life to speak the truth and die with the truth, they failed to utilize it because of the fear of death. And the death will still come, right? So listen, guys. You saying the truth, don't feel guilty about it at any time. Like I've always said, nobody is paying us to do what we're doing. If I wanted to be biased, if you know me very well, I don't supposed to even be campaigning for Peter Obi. If you know me very well, my background, where I'm coming from, I don't supposed to. I'll be biased. I was born inside PDP, SDP. Then later they now become PDP. In case you don't know, APC Satanic today used to be NROC. I know these things. My family actually worked for Saraki, the father of the former Senate President Bukola Saraki. My family, I don't want to go there. If you remember, many of you are older than me here. If you remember when Bukola Saraki father, Olushola Saraki was contesting to become the president of Nigeria. I don't want to go there. The most significant position for him to become a president in Edo State was held by my own father. Till tomorrow, my dad is a consecrated chieftain of PDP. Till tomorrow. You know what that means? It means I'm following my conscience to have a better Nigeria. I'm talking from United Kingdom today. If you want to talk about better life. Many of us on the screen right now, we have a better life abroad. But do we really like it? We shouldn't be deceiving ourselves. The better life that we have in abroad now, thank God for it. We are grateful. We are not ungrateful people. But let's ask ourselves. Let's start from this Christmas. How did you celebrate your Christmas? Boring. 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 That's how 99.9% of all of us that lives abroad celebrated it. And many of you listening to me right now on the panel, many of you, when it comes to financial stability, God have done it for you. But remember, from the day one you wanted to travel out of Nigeria, you want to go to abroad and make money and come back home. The home, why you not gonna go now? Why? Because there's no home. We all are only pretending, deceiving ourselves. No home. Because you don't want to be a victim of kidnapping. Listen, guys, I choose. That's why I said nobody pay us to do what we are doing. And anybody that is working with me, before I ask you to join my media, let's work together, I have questions I will ask you. If you're not sharing the same ideology with me, you can't be on this screen. I'm sorry. If not that, you'd have seen me coming on air. Peter Obi, you see my staff that will work in the evening will be saying, oh, Agbado. Because we are not organized. These are the questions I will ask you. Say, sorry, I'm not here to intrude. What do you want? I will not even ask you why you supporting. What do you want in Nigeria? What is your take about the situation that is going on in Nigeria? Your explanation with a 2 minutes video or 3 that I will see, then I'll make a decision. I'm going somewhere. Please, my people, I beg you all the time with this media. I want to beg those of you that are supporting this or that satanic party, PDP and APC. Support your satanic leader. That's fine. In case you don't know, I'm on air. The same way I call PDP satanic, yeah? Just yesterday, less than 12 hours, the same way I talked to my dear loving father, I also described his party as satanic. Not the first time, but I'm telling you, the last time I mentioned it was just less than 12 hours ago, yeah. It's satanic anywhere. I don't pretend. I don't have any reason to. You that is scared of dying, no worry, you go still die tomorrow on your lies. Many are dying every day right now in Nigeria because they don't want to die. They refuse to say the truth. And you will still die. You go die. You know that your neighbor will be assassinated tomorrow. Then you will not tell him because you say, no, I don't want to. I don't want to. Then they go kill him for your eye. You will not still come out to testify who killed your neighbor. You go die. We are doing what we are doing here. We receive threats every day. I will continue to stand. But my fear, the reason why I reference back to Abiola is that I want everybody to deliberate on this. That's why I'm here now. I'm scared for a reason I don't know that military will take over. That is the last option for these satanic people. That, okay, the way Nigerians stand right now, it looks like almost all of them are for Peter Obi. Last, if we cannot win Peter Obi, let the military take over. Who is the military, by the way? Is it not the same Northerners? What are we talking about? I'm scared. I'm worried. I'm worried for my principal. I know some of you might come now. No, don't worry. God is with him. Yes, God has given us the power to live. But it doesn't make you dormant. It doesn't make you to see the truth and don't say it. I'm worried for Peter Obi. I don't know if he's worried the same way because it happened to Abiola. And I rebuke it happening to Mr. Peter Obi. But I think this is what these people are going to do. Listen to that video that Tinubu yesterday. What he said from the beginning on the video that we played yesterday. What Tinubu was saying that if by any means any means. Listen to this video.
Whichever way, by all means necessary.
Now see that one. Whichever way, by all means necessary. Omo Yes Corner brought our attention to this statement yesterday. Listen to it again.
Whichever way, by all means necessary.
Now Yeram, whichever way, by all means necessary. It means that no matter how this thing will be, no matter how, we're not going to let Peter Obi enter there. Nothing say Peter Tinubu is scared of Atiku. You are joking. The only person that is threatening them right now is Peter Obi, and I'm worried about that. Let's talk about this, my people. Let's start from the top again. I'll start with Jesus is King. Jesus is King. I'm going to follow according to how we are lined up. Jesus is King, if you're available, please talk to us.
Yeah, yeah, thank you, Mr. Najawash. Yeah, we touched on this.
Nice. Thank you, my brother. Thank you.
Yeah, we touched on this issue yesterday.
Exactly.
And yeah, and I did not really analyze the body language of Tinubu. You understand? And he said, whichever way I will bring light to Nigeria. You understand? Best, I analyzed it the way he said it, that whichever way he's going to bring light to Nigeria. And I said that he said whichever way is going to bring light to Nigeria. And he ruled Lagos for 8 years. He could not give light to Lagos. And he said he want to give light to full Nigeria. But Sister Omoye's corner now analyze it to another area entirely. Then I see from that side that whichever way I'm going to take over this power. If not,
yes,
nobody else. You understand? So this man, if he's talking about B, he's not really talking about that B, he's talking about C. You understand? He was talking about light, and his body language was talking about every means he's going to take over power. You understand? So this man, that one just showed that this man is very devilish. You understand? In every way necessary that he's going to take over power. That is what he was talking about. It's not, I'm going to give Nigerian light. You know? These people can go to any extent to assassinate anybody that is coming close to this power. That's the reason why I said it the last time that Peter Obi should beef off his security. Because these two evil men that he's running with, Atiku and Tinubu, this one is not for joke. It's not for joke. And when you were talking about you are afraid that military might take over power. For me, I prefer military to even take over power. Military they are not even better than Buhari. During the Abacha time, Abacha was better than this. Babangida time, Babangida was better than this. Those people don't take all this nonsense that we are seeing today. You understand? If he would take military to sanitize our nation as he was, let it be. Me, I prefer,
but not when you wins the election. No.
Yeah,
but that's what that might happen. Maybe Peter. Let me tell you something. If Tinubu wins, military will not dare, approach anything. If Atiku wins, military will not dare approach anything. But the fear now is if Peter Obi win, which we already know, say he go win.
Yeah, if Peter Obi win, military cannot take over power. Military cannot take over power. The only way they can do that, if maybe the thing now resort to escalation of violence, military will take over that state. That's the only way it will happen. Just look at the one that happened in Egypt. That's what happened. Where there was a lot of power tussle in power. The military took over the power now. He brought the two candidates, put them in prison. So that is, if they don't let anybody have peace, the military will step in. That's what will happen.
All right, Brother Nice, please hold on. It's still your time. Let me quickly respond to a comment right here. I saw a comment from one Anthony. Anthony, Anthony Ola, you should understand what I was trying to say now. the pregnant woman that was killed, of course, you know, is very painful to everybody. But I'm making an instances. You should understand what I was trying to say. You know, I don't know who she was. She was an obedient person or anything, but it doesn't matter. She's a human being. But I'm saying, anybody that is watching me right now, you see the truth and you failed to say it. Anybody might die tomorrow. Anybody. So that's what I'm saying. So you should understand what I was trying to say. Don't take me back, please. Thank you. Go ahead, brother. Nice.
Okay, yeah, you guys can hear me, right? So that is what it is. If they want, if Peter, if anybody want, and they are unrest in that place, that is where military will step in. You understand? So it's not when Peter Obi will win, the military will step in. No, military will try to watch. They will watch out. So so if anybody want to,
let's also
my
hear
time
from
now.
Okay, okay, I thought you are done. Okay, go ahead.
No, I'm not done yet. So that is for that. And about that woman that, yeah, anyway, I touched on it before. About that woman that they killed. This is Nigeria for you, the Nigeria we are today. You understand? It's in Nigeria that killed unborn baby. It's in Nigeria that killed destiny. Very simple. So they are taking the life of that woman and the unborn baby because of the insecurity. Even our military police, our security force now, all of them now, they are not even insecurity in Nigeria. They can kill unkillable. So because these people, they have recruited all kind of people to our this thing, our the security outfit. There are Boko Haram there. There are Curtis there. They are all kidnappers inside. There are all kind of people inside. A country where police use AK-47, they will be running around with AK-47. They cannot, in Western world here, do you see police running around with AK-47? It's not this Taser you see with police.
Okay, brother Nice, have you heard the statement from the husband of the woman? Haven't?
No.
Okay, let's quickly listen to what how the husband narrated everything here. You know, please, my people, be patient with us. Let's listen to it.
My name is Raheem. So on the 25th of December 2022, I woke up with my wife and the children, my cousins, my niece and nephew that came to do holiday with us. So we went to church because my church in Ikoyi was doing a general guard fishing program. So we decided to go to a nearby church. So we went to the church, we finished from church. Then my wife said we should go, it's Christmas Day, let's take everyone out. So we went to Aliba's supermarket near Ramadiswanya. We got ice cream there. Then from there we went to Domino Pizza near Thomas Estate. We had our pizza and ice cream from there. Then we headed towards Ajah to do a U-turn to come back to Ramadiswanya. My name is Raheem. So on the 25th of, so when we did the U-turn, we saw policemen stopping cars. As we approached them, they said we should stop. In the process of that, we just heard a loud sound on my wife's side window. All of a sudden, I saw her chest open and blood was gushing out. Immediately I ran out. And as I ran out, my sister-in-law that was also with us had run out and went to hold on to the policeman, and then he cocked his gun because as I ran out, he was ahead of me. His gun on her. And then talking to him was pointless. So I ran back into the car to see if anything could be salvaged on my wife. I saw her gasping for breath. Then by that time, my sister-in-law had brought this policeman to the car and pushed him into the front seat. So we headed to, we headed to Budo Hospital. Getting their brought her out, then they said they couldn't handle that we should go to Doran. Then we went to Doran. And then they tried to put bandages and cotton wool on her chest. They said, "What happened?" I said, "Police." And then I said, "They're actually here with us." And then we were trying to put oxygen on her thing because she said she couldn't breathe. She couldn't breathe. Then they tried to put needle in a syringe in her hand too. They eventually said that since it's a bullet thing that they can't handle that I should take her to Grandville Hospital at VGC. Then I took her there, and on getting there, they declared that she was normal. So, and then so the police people now carried her body and put in their truck, and then they wanted me to follow them, but I said I need to go and settle my children because I asked them where are my children. They really didn't know because I know the last was when I dropped them off at Budo. So I went back to organize them to get to the house. Incidentally, one of my neighbors saw me on the road, and he helped me get them to the house. Then I got back to the police station, and then my friends and neighbors came around and wanted to pray for the body, and then we realized that they had taken her to the mainland. And
all right. That is the audio that we have from our husband, narrating that yesterday. Very, very sad, very, very unfortunate. A pregnant woman coming from church and just shot just like that. Her chest was opened. Although the governor of Lagos State have responded, reacted to this. According to the information reaching us, that 2 officers have been arrested. The male officer that shot her dead have been arrested. But we have been hearing all this arresting. What's going to happen afterwards? Brother Nice, please round up. Let's move on to the next person. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. You see the way the husband explained this issue now, this incident. I wish there were first aid, like all this ambulance. That woman will still be alive. I wish it's like Western world here. That woman will survive. That man have to drive that woman by himself. That is the time they're supposed to call on ambulance, first aid. If it's a country that is well organized. From that place, inside that ambulance, they will be treating her before they get to the hospital. So, it's a unfortunate situation. That is the reason why.
But if you check, this woman would have survived the way it looks like. But they went to the first hospital. They wasted all their time putting syringe in her hand and all that.
All the time.
Then after all, then I say, we're not going to feed one. Carry and go another one. They went to another one. All those ones. It's just everything about Nigeria is just fraud. Nothing is working.
When this guy tell Una say Nigeria jaga jaga, Una say that music are just for nothing. That music is very deep. You understand? That woman, you know how many life when they for save if that country is well organized, well equipped with good hospitals, get good ambulance, well equipped ambulance. You know how many life will they save? But these people, they prefer to carry that money go Swiss bank. All those evil politicians. Thank you so much, very much, Mr. Najawad.
Thank you.
I think they make invest that country.
All right. Let's hear from Mans. Mans, good morning to you once again. Please talk to us, sir.
Good morning, my brother, and may God bless you for this platform and helping out, my sister Emma today. You see, Niger Watch. For me, for one, because Nigeria, as it is a fraudulent country. Nigeria is not a nation; it's a country of different nations in it, with different ideology, religion, ethnicity, name them. That is how that country is. And there is no way you would try to manage these people and get a responsible and a progressive nation. It is going to be difficult. More so The foundation on which it is being operated right now is one of the problem of that country. I would like to see, irrespective of who comes in there, I would like to see a situation when Nigerians themselves, instead of calling for presidential election, to call for a national dialogue that will bring the three major ethnic groups on the table, that will bring all the minority ethnic tribes in that country on the table to decide the way forward and how they are going to live. That is the main thing. Once you get that one right, let's see the people that will say no, they don't want that. Then we'll know where your problem is coming from. Once you get the foundation right, anybody that comes in there will be tamed. The institution, the foundation, will hold them accountable. You don't even need, check and balances. Once they misbehave, they will be caught. That is why when Obama came to Ghana here, he told our president, as at that time, that Africa needs strong institutions and not strong men, because strong institutions outlive strong men. That is for that. Now, going to the woman, you see, I was a soldier at arms as well. And when you are doing what we call IS, what the policeman was doing there is what we call IS operations, IS ops. That's what he was doing. And in doing the IS, internal security operations, why leave your rifle open to round or automatic? You are in peacetime. Your life is not threatened. Why releasing your safety card from safety to round? Because if you set your rifle at S, letters S, it won't fire. Even if you press the trigger 20, 100, 1 million times, it will not fire. No bullet will be discharged or expended, as we call it. Your life is not threatened. Why releasing that safety catch to R, to round, or automatic? You see, when you put it at A, it fires rapid. The 30 bullet will go at a go, just like that. But when you put it at R, it will be firing 1-1. Why put it at R? When you are in a traffic, controlling traffic, that is the unprofessionalism that I see, the unprofessional nature of the policeman there that I discovered in the narration. Now also, remember that the bullet, any bullet that is produced is highly poisonous. Bullet, one of the dangerous components in that bullet there is what we call lead. Lead is what enters into the body and poison the body system, the tissues, everything immediately. The copper, the brown or golden, the brown cap you see on that bullet is a copper. And you know that copper has a high melting point. That is why they use it to cover the lead with low melting point. So when you fire, the heat it generates will melt the lead into a chewing, a gum. What we call, is it a chewing gum type? But the copper will hold it intact. The force and the heat it generates is what enters. And once it enters, it looks like a man that is carrying porter to splash on a wall. That is how it opens and enter into the body. Also, the entry point is very, very tiny compared to the exit. That is why it is dangerous. If bullet enter into your body, from the entry point, it will open into the body. Whatever that is on its way, including the vital organs there, will be taken out in a burst at the exit point. That is how it is. That is why it kills. When it enters you, it opens, spread like umbrella into the body. So anything on its way is going to go with it. That's why it is very, very difficult. And also, if the bullet remains in the body, that is where the lead will begin to act. The lead poison will begin to act. It doesn't take much time for someone who is, unless it didn't enter the vital organ, like the woman. Because if I heard the husband correctly, he said the bullet entered into the heart, the chest side, isn't it, sir? Niger watch.
Exactly. That's what he said. Yes.
Okay, it entered into the heart. Immediately it entered into the heart, there is so many things that is going to destroy in that very place.
But the delays from the hospital might lead to our death as well.
You see, for me, I do, the only thing these people would do if they really know how to treat gunshot wounds or bullet wounds is to be, I do not know whether they have scan immediately there. They could have checked whether it has ruptured any vital organ in the body. Because bullet is something, that little thing that is like the tip of a pen. Once it enters into your body, it opens up like the way you open your umbrella. And that is how it goes. So anything inside there will be taken away. So that is how it is. It is very, very difficult unless a man survives of bullet wound, especially 7.62 caliber, caliber, of, you know, that what do they call it, AK-47 Alexandria Kalashnikov, model, or the Fabric National, the long one, the black one, the Nigerian soldiers normally carry, which is 7.62 FN rifle, caliber as well. You see, so they are very, very dangerous. And also, what makes it dangerous is the lead that is in there. If it touches the vital organ, the chances of survival is slim. It's very, very slim. But if you didn't touch any vital organ, then what you will be battling now is the lead infection that has been, introduced into the cells of the body. So that is how it is. Because as long as that bullet entered through the chest side, the chances of that woman surviving is very slim. It's unfortunate that, due to the carelessness of the police officer, led to the death of that man, the great woman, and a pregnant woman for that matter. It is very, very, it saddens me to see our security operatives getting themselves involved in this kind of accidental discharge. So it is very, very, very uncalled for. That is why training and retraining, I do not know how the police council, the police administration, the training department, the demo department, the demonstration department is training and retraining these police officers. When you look at them on the street, you know that these people are not properly trained. They're not properly trained. Because if you are properly trained, you will know before you take your rifle out from the armory, you must make safe. At least to save your colleagues, not the civilian now. And when you are going into a civilian, populated area, the only thing you need to do is to, already your rifle is cocked. There is bullet inside that chamber. What you need to do is to put that rifle at safety. You can only release it when it takes only some few, less than few seconds for you to just twist it and it enters into where you make the rifle active. So these are some of the things you don't supposed to do such thing in a crowded area, especially peacetime and in an internal, security operations. It's a no-no. And I believe that the law must act on that particular wayward, officer. And I do not know how the government or the Lagos State government will treat it, because we have cases where such things happen. By the time you realize, they sweep it under the carpet, just like they did in Lekki Tollgate up to now. those that were, the perpetrators of the killings of those youths at the Lekki Toll Gate has not been brought to book. Some of them have been given. One of the officers, the lieutenant colonel that time, has been promoted to colonel. I know the man very well. He has been promoted to colonel, a staff officer, first class. You see, so these are some of the things. It is not just, arresting them or carrying, but how efficient is a trial and all the prosecution is done on this people, at least to make sure that the errant, the erring officer is properly dealt with. And my condolences goes to the man and to his family. And it's a pity that the small child in the belly of the woman was also killed. So sorry about that. And may God give the man, the family, the fortitude to bear the loss. Thank you. God bless you, sir.
Thank you, Max. Thank you very much, sir. You talk about the Lagos State Governor. Yes, he have responded to that by saying, and I will read quickly before we move on to the next person here. This is the statement from Sanwo-Olu. Sanwo-Olu said, 1 minute, my people, let me read from here because it's a bit, as you can see, right, I'm not sure you guys can see that, but let me just read here. With utter shock and sadness, I received the news of the mindless shooting of citizens by a police officer whose primary job function was to protect the same citizen. I hereby sympathize with the family, friends, and associates of late Bolanle Raheem. I'm therefore assuring everyone of the state government full support and cooperation with the police authorities in the investigation to unravel the remote and immediate cause of the shooting that led to Bolanle's untimely death, with a view to ensuring that justice is served. Okay, let me put this on the screen again so that maybe you guys can read from here. I have studied a preliminary report on the matter and have instructed the appropriate government officers to immediately get on it. We must ensure a speedy justice for the late Bolanle. Our government cannot sit back and watch our citizens killed by the same law enforcers that should ordinarily protect them. I'm aware that the Lagos State Police Command have arrested, disarmed, and detained the police officers involved in the shooting incident. I can assure you that the accused persons will have their day in court and nothing will be spared under the laws of Lagos State until justice is served adequately. We will ensure that it is done speedily because justice delayed is justice denied. I would also appeal to residents to remain calm and not take law into their hands on the matter. The state government will live up to our responsibilities and get justice for late Bolanle Raheem. Okay, the last statement from the Lagos State Governor, I believe is because of the plans that is currently going on, because they said that the police station there in Nigeria, they want to burn it down. So, sometimes when these people give statement like this, if they are serious, it's hard to know. Maybe they are just giving statement for their own selfish interest. They don't want the citizens to take law into their hands and all that. But I don't know. I don't know what to say about it. This is the response from the Lagos State Governor, Governor Sanwo-Olu. Our own principal have also responded. Yes.
Sorry, sir. You see, things like this has been happening in Nigeria, and there is no justice for the victims, of this brutality from the security operatives. That is why Nigerians are trying to take the laws into their hand. One happened in my mother's hometown. This thing happened in Enyimba City. The soldier boy followed this guy to the village, which is about 20 miles from Enyimba City, Aba, and shot him dead in front of his father's compound because of 50 naira. That involved the governor of Abia State as well. Till today, the next day, they heard that the guy has been transferred from there to a different place. Up to now, we have not seen anything. You see, these are some of the things that are happening. How prudent would they carry out all this long statement that they issued if the people discover that things are not done appropriately? In fact, they use the introduction of jungle or instant justice, it's invoked. And I won't say no. I won't say no to it. I will not judge the people because, my brother, it's difficult. Just like this madam right now with a child in the belly. My brother, it is not easy. Thank you.
Lagos State governor is a rubber stamp governor. Lagos State governor is a rubber stamp governor. He's not going to give any justice. That's just the truth.
Okay. Before we move on to the next person, let me quickly take the reaction from our own principal here, Mr. Peter Obi, who tweeted about 12 hours ago, saying that I'm shocked by the mindless killing of Mrs. Bolanle Raheem by a trigger-happy policeman on a Christmas day. Her death is a huge loss to our immediate and extended family. Like I've always said, a well-trained and professional police officer will not engage in police brutality. That is from Mr. Peter Obi, presidential candidate of Labour Party, my principal. Okay, I would like us to move on now to the next person that I have here. Mr. Peter Okundaye, talk to us, sir. Good morning to you, sir.
Good afternoon, everyone. We are still morning. Anyway, for although if there was shooting and it was lawyer and it was done by police, well, we give glory to God, because when they kill our people in a toll gate, or the one the police has been killing since, the people who said they read law and supposed to act law, make it function, they will fold their hands. And when those boys came out, they will drive them inside. They will start speaking another mad language known as grammar. So I believe God has a way of making people to realize their mistakes. So that is why you have to push the police to act on one of them, so that they will know, they will feel the pain that we who are not their so-called grammar people are feeling. So I just believe that is just what God wants them to know, because I believe now they will start quoting their grammars, just like the way Sanwo-Olu still quoting your grammar, because the Sanwo-Olu grammar is the way they always quote for us who are not grammar people. We will take action, we will do this one. We have never seen any police or soldiers that keep person. They said they sack him. Instead of sacking him, they will change the position. They will say they will want to, the police will lie and say that it was one self-defense, and that is so. That is why the police is self-defense on this lawyer. Because if not, the lawyers are the ones that are supposed to know what they call law and make law war, because they were the ones that are supposed to check on the police, check on the soldier, check on the government, and said this is not how government work in other countries. This is how it's supposed to be. But just because they will get 1 naira and 2 naira from these stupid leaders, then they will be on their side. So I wish it is even governed on the key now. I will even be more happy. So I cannot even defend any of their case since it's their side. So that it will give glory to God, so that they will still feel from the pain that we are feeling. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you, sir, for making that very brief. Good man, please talk to us. Good morning to you, sir.
Yeah, good morning, Dr. Nanga. For the woman's case, my condolences goes to the family. She just take out, but this is Nigeria for you. This is not new to us. It's happening even during Fela's time. Fela sang it. Policeman go slap your face, I'm a man go whip your nyash. You're going to look like donkey. Nothing. It's not like today. Just like there's social media now, so people guys blow it professional. As we talk now, army, they are killing people in the east, burning people's businesses and houses. They're not talking about those ones, because those people are in the village. They are poor people. Because this one is a lawyer now, it's in the city. They're all making noise, but people are dying. The military are killing people in villages because those people are poor people. Nobody speaks for them. This is Nigeria for you. Nigeria has become a country where people would rather you swear for me that God will punish me than to tell me Nigeria happened to me. To tell us Nigeria should happen to you is like a curse, because this is how Nigeria has become. This this situation we find ourselves, it's not new. It's not a new thing. It's just that the woman is a lawyer. The Lagos State governor is just making this statement just to calm the. There's nothing will happen to the man. The statement he brought out is just to calm the people down, so the people will not revolt. Look at what happened in France. Just 3 people were killed, Kurdish people. Go and see the way the way citizens, the way they are destroying things. This is anger. When the people, Nigerians, I don't know, we just calm down. This thing, they will sweep it under the carpet and nothing will happen. And Nigerians will look on. It's been there. Fela sang all this thing. All these people sang, Majek Fashek, they all sang this thing. It's not today. So let's just come and pretend and see something. Nothing's going to happen. Someone is not going to do anything. I'm just the family. I don't know. There's nothing they can do. They are just going to bury their dead because they said if something happened to somebody because it's not you, somebody's carrying dead body. You'll be saying, oh, it's a pity. Don't it happen to you, then you will know the things. People are dying every day from the hands of the security agencies, both police, army. So it's not new. They should just take out this Nigeria for you. We pray for just as we keep saying God, you pray for a better Nigeria. But God cannot do anything. God has given us our mind, has given us our hand, has given us our leg, has given us our mouth, has given us our eye. God is cannot going to do. We have to take our destiny in our hand. This kind of thing happen. This is enough for people to come out and say, no, we revolt. This police, we want to see this policeman. We want people shout. The policeman, they will bring it. It's not like the policeman is somewhere. We saw the man in video. We have seen his picture. So what are we saying? They want to investigate. What stupid investigation are they talking about? This is what Nigeria should do. We should keep like we say we want to love Nigeria. We love Nigeria. We don't love ourselves. We keep pretending we are all selfish. Nigerians are an average Nigerian person is a selfish human being. I'm telling you. If it happens to somebody else, it doesn't concern you, or it happens to you. If we are truly in Nigeria, we want to unite a big, we start it now. And this kind of things happen, we come out and say, no, we want to see that man brought to book. All this grammar, someone who is telling us this stupid thing. It happened in NSAS. That's what the stupid under the carpet is gone. So this is Nigeria for you. That's my take on that one. And as for the Gumi side, look, Nigeria, what you said it completely. Look, we can continue to wish for better Nigeria, but the truth is, we cannot avoid the fact that the military can come in. And who is the military? The same people. Let's call it's the Fulani. When people say Fulani, don't call Fulani. It is them. Please, let's forget this. They've restructured Nigeria. All the sensitive position, they are there in the military. Every police, custom, immigration, they are there. If they're going to overthrow tomorrow, it's them. If P2B is their threat, Nigeria, I keep asking my friends, they keep arguing. I say, at what point have you begin to think Nigeria has become a better country? No. Sometimes we think Nigeria has become America, Nigeria has become Europe. No, Nigeria is still Nigeria. It's corrupt. The only thing now is that there's social media now that we're making it. Nigeria is still the same. These people, they have their plans. They've structured Nigeria. If you don't come them, what happened will be like, God forbid, it will happen and nothing will happen. They've taken over the military. They've taken everything. That's why Gumi can come out and say, don't go to terrorists, because who's going to go after the terrorists? It's not the same military. The terrorists are the military. The military is the terrorists. This is what is going to happen. I'm sorry, but this is the truth. Let's just tell ourselves the truth. We can't continue to shy away that military cannot take over. They will take over because they are there. It's the Fulanis. Let's call a spade a spade. People say it's not all the Fulani. I was watching one program, an Hausa boy. An Hausa boy is not a Fulani. He was saying, look them. I think he was from Kanuri or something. He said, look them there. Their leaders, Kanuri, they form a group like to fight against these terrorists, against the Fulani. But he was asking people, tell me one Fulani leader that has organized people to go after these killers. They don't, because they are the same. They are the same. We can't. People say don't call us Fulanis. They are, when they went to attack the community, what happened? The Fulanis in that community, they went out of the community before they came to attack. That's how they operate. Before they come to a community, the Fulanis in that community will go away, and they will come and attack. And you say we should not call the Fulani. We will call them. Let's call a spade a spade. All this political statement we want to be. We from the south. We think we are too educated. Are we more educated than Gumi? We are not more educated. Gumi is highly educated. All these their leaders, they are educated. Lamido Sanusi is educated. These people are educated people. Let's not come deceiving ourselves like we went to the best school. We are abroad. We want to be politically correct. These people are taking over Nigeria in our eyes. Afghanistan template is happening before our nose, and we are here trying to say, don't call them. We'll call it. Let them know that we know what they are doing. That's why sorry to say I want to bring Nnamdi Kanu. Nnamdi Kanu, tell them to their face. That's why they want to go after him to kill him, because he's telling them to their face. All those secrets they were hiding. He came to the public and put it there. These people are coming to take over Nigeria. And Nigeria now, we have opened our eyes and we keep to say, we want to talk. These people have agenda. Let's take it that way. There's nothing we can do. Gumi can come. They all come out publicly to say different kind of stuff. A man from Jigawa said the oil in Bayelsa belongs to Jigawa. Nobody said anything. Can anybody from the south make such a statement that the gold in Zafara belong to Anambra or belong to Lagos or nobody can say it. Somebody come on national TV say that all the Fulani are all over Nigeria, their brothers and sisters, they want to make Nigeria their own. And they are making Nigeria their own. We are here. Trucks of Dangote is bringing people in during the COVID-19. Where are those people now? I'm not asking questions. Where are those people that came in? So we from the south, we keep trying to be painting things. No, Gumi is soliciting for votes. Vote for terrorists. We that live in America, Europe, that somebody in America can come out and terrorists is living in their country and somebody say, come to a terrorist, don't vote for president that will come after you, this terrorist, because he said if they are our warriors, who is our? Our is it Nigerians? Our is it Northerners? Or our is it the Fulani? Our warriors, these people are already dividing Nigeria. No, we are not one. These people know we are not one. That's why Gumi can say those people are our warriors. It's not Nigeria warriors. It's not Southern warriors. It's not Hausa warriors. It's the Fulani warriors.
Yeah, but this type of things you are saying is not helping. Because
forget it.
There has to be bridge builders. People like you are like
forget that thing. We
go on trying to divide both sides. People like
it's not dividing. Say the truth.
Keep quiet. This is what you do since 1960.
The nation should move forward. People like you should be set aside because you are the ones that are dividing both sides.
Allow him to make his point. You made their point. Nobody interjected you. Allow him.
Let me talk. This is what we do since 1960. They created state for us. We didn't participate. We didn't participate. They created constitution for us. We didn't participate.
That's why no northerner will come here because people like you just describe them as non-unit.
That's why we are talking now. We have to talk. We can't be keeping quiet. They gave the Sharia. We didn't talk. They registered Nigeria in IOC. We didn't talk. Somebody came on national TV and said, Fulani, come to Nigeria. We didn't talk. We see people bringing truck to Nigeria, start Nigeria. We didn't talk. So we have to talk now. We call the state a state. If we want Nigeria to move forward, if it's going to break, let it break. We can't continue to pretend like all these things. Look, we from the south, I keep saying it. The problem is our problem. Because now you're trying to be political correct. How can Gumi say such thing? Nobody's arresting him. Have you asked yourself that question? How can Gumi say nobody's arresting him?
Did you even read what he said? Did you even read what he said? Did you even bother to read what he said? You see the problem
Tunaja is going to get to your turn. Please bullet point anything you need to respond to. When it gets to your turn, you use your own minutes to talk, please.
Okay.
Please go ahead, sir. Good man, are you good man, you still there? Oh, I think we lost you as well. You are not speaking. Okay, your network, you are unmuted, but I believe your network is affected. Okay, before I move on, George Blue Shell, thank you very much for the super chat. May God bless you, sir. Thank you. This means a lot to us. God bless you, sir. Okay, good man, you need to come back again. I don't know what happened. Let me quickly move on now to the next person here. Hey, are you there with us?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, talk to us, sir. Good morning to you.
You see, the brother that was speaking, and for all the panelists that speak, you too, Mr. Najawash, you said a very powerful point. You said things that concern the people, the ordinary people, the layman, people on the street, common people that live in that country. You were emotional, you were serious, deep in your mind, you were speaking deep inside your bone marrow. Nigeria we see today is not the Nigeria we know anymore. We all be trying to pretend that Nigeria is still a Nigeria that we all know might be 28, 29 years ago. Nigeria have heavily deteriorated. Heavily. You cannot travel from one point to another point without not putting your hands on your head. Our security is more or less none. our important men or the security apparatus they have in their country is more or less, you don't know who are they. They are like people they brought, like talks, political talks, they put into the police. They cannot control the guns, they cannot control nothing. Things are becoming more worst. If the right man is not in power, that know how to run things, not an Agberu running things, or somebody just sit in his living room and other people to sit around him, Amajiri, and started giving orders. Man that really know how to run things. Man that is well read, well educated, sound mind. Which is Peter Obi? If not Peter Obi, we are just in the beginning of the descendants of that country to be to be worst. It's not even, it's worse than chaotic now. A country have to be ruled actually in a proper way, in a constitutional way, but be laid down in the constitution. That's how Nigeria was always be run, be it the military or those that came in. I think for the past few years now, the country is being run by another type of playbook. That's why see things are happening anywhere. Injustice, also not settled, also strike. Nothing is just be settled. All what we hear is baby English. People are just building huge kind of like stupid investment that you is this country belong to you now alone, these few people? You might be able to eat pounded yam and egusi soup today. That's just a tiny part of it. Tomorrow you're not. You know, if things are not being done right, and let this election play right without not super ringing it in a way that you think, oh, everybody just for the sun are just quiet. No, this election is going to be something else. Because the country, everybody is tired. We just need two different human beings that will just follow the rules and the laws, not play books of some kind of cartels, all just because they are personal interest. That what happened in 1999. You know, they just set some people. What we're seeing now, this start now, only that the people then was a little bit struggling building it until they just bound Sharia law in society aspect. That Sharia law didn't last up to 3 years before Boko Haram brought his head out. The military never give those laws out because Nigeria is being governed by one constitution. You know, 3 years Boko Haram brought their head out because the people were still demanding for more, demanding for more, and these politicians are kicking into this poor interest. We'll give you this. No problem. No, that's what we're to today. We're in heavy debt. Sooner or later, we're not able to run our country. If you take the right man to rule a country, you need a laid down constitution that everybody will follow, and that will be the justice. Nobody's above the law. If the wrong person come in, forget even the military themselves who are dying now to fight invisible war. They don't even know. Some of them don't even know who are they really fighting self. But they're just fighting, but dying. Honorable man, poor men, children, officers are just dying for something they don't even understand. You think they'll fold their hands and become an idol? Hell no. No way. You know, you can bribe the one at the top, but you cannot bribe the middle ones. You know, Nigeria is the first time I've seen Nigeria fold their hands and let things deteriorate like this. You have never been to this extent that even we now adapt ourselves into suffering and say God will save us. Yes, or make a jackpot. We have no other country. This is the country we have. Even the Northerners, they're even feeling it. They're even feeling it. So if you think whatever, I'm surprised to Nigeria challenging that man or whatever. To Nigeria, do you like the situation we are today in that country? I want to ask you, do you like it? Do you see this country surviving for the next 5 years? If the right person is not involved, whereby everybody will get the sugar round. Not just let me take it, because it's easy, because now it's not let me build estates just for all eight estates, all eight schools. When we were growing up in Nigeria, private schools were not too much like this. Everybody was, government school was all running. Everything was all running. I went to the greatest university at that called Uniben. During the time of Alele Williams, whereby you can sit and challenge that lady at that time. Still, we still follow the rules. She will reply to you in a way. Nobody was scared of anything. If you don't like it, go to court. So people were being rusticated at that time. Everybody, those guys went to court and they all came back to the same school. Due to University of Benin, still destroyed University of Benin at that time. I'm just giving an example. Now, when they condemn the country, private school pop out everywhere. Private universities. That's when the country started saying, you don't run a country like this, what we're experiencing now. You cannot even sleep outside. You cannot even sit and say, let me even drink a cup of water in front of your house without knowing you're even scared. Who's the one passing by if you come to kidnap you? I used to follow my friend mother to the farm, all the way from Okoro, the great Okoro there. This lady was having her own farm. We'll go and farm there. She'll pick some laborers. We'll just driving. No scared. Can anybody get right now? Even in that farm, you even be scared who's coming out of that jungle. It's not even the bush evil coming to kidnap you. If the wrong person come to power, what we're seeing now is just a dance. It's just a dance in the first gate to a palace. The real dance will be far more worse than this. Look at now, Benin, Lagos, Ibadan Road. We don't know who's pumping out there now, kidnapping people. For some time now, they'll be doing things there. Can you drive inside Lagos? Hold up. They'll put gun out. You will be in the car. Somebody will be putting gun on somebody's side there for robbery. People are coming out, taking the laws into their hands. The police are weak. The army have been fighting wars, never end wars. They become exhausted. What we're saying now is give us the right man. And that right man we know that have a sound mind that can stand at least for 10 hours discussing, solving problem. It's Peter Obi. At least the chicken, they even know that. The dogs out on the street even know that. So what we're saying, we want a new Nigeria whereby justice will be carried out, court will be court, police station will be police station, army will have time to rest to protect the country. Education will be education. You can walk on the street. You can have security, sense of security. That's what we want. Not by sounding one kind, try to pretend like the way to Nigeria is trying to move now. Or try to be, I don't know if it's diplomatic or diplomacy. Diplomacy has been going on. But that's how we suck into this problem we are up to today. We don't want that. Thank you, brother.
Thank you very much, Mr. A. Thank you for your submission right there. Okay, all of you have called out to Niger. So it's your turn now to Niger. Please, what's your take on this and respond to those that called you out?
Yeah, we all know, I think many of them that live in the West, they know full well that generalization is extremely dangerous. They shouldn't be doing that. And yet they do it in their country when they just blatantly call the North as one entity, and they call the Fulani entity because Gumi now is the head of all Fulanis. These type of things that we are doing, we are polarizing our country. We are dividing it, and this is why you don't see Northerners showing up here over and over again. I spoke to a Northerner, and anytime I see a platform where Northerners show up, the Southerners are impressed because the polarization has meant that they don't come and meet. If we don't meet, how is the family going to come together and fix things when we just keep generalizing all the time? Yeah, I'm not saying that there are Northerners not causing problems, but it's not all of them. You know that most get on with that. 80% of people in any situation don't care about all these things. They just want to get on with their lives. Blanketing all of them as terrorists and people that want to take over the entire country is just not the way it works. You have to look at the problem and deal with the problem, and maybe try to reach out to the people on that side so that you understand better on how to deal with it, while not being stupid as allowing them to tell you that it's okay, let's just keep killing and so that we can take over your territory. No, that is not how it works. You just have to reach with like-minded people, bridge the gap. That is how we fix things. And when we say they are doing all this, we completely divorce, actually dying more. How do you lack so much empathy that you don't even notice when your fellow countrymen are dying in the north? You just care about only your own, and you blame them for causing all the deaths. Like it's only all of them that are causing all the deaths. So why would you think that lady that was killed in Lagos now? Are we not complaining? What makes you think they are jubilating when their people are getting killed? How do we lack so much empathy that we can't even see beyond this? And people just come here and polarize us over and over again. That is what I'm calling, and I'm not calling out the fact that maybe Gumi, maybe a terrorist sympathizer. I'm not calling out that maybe there are some northerners that believe that they need to take over the whole country, they want to Islamize the whole country. Of course, there are extremists everywhere. But you have to also realize that you don't throw 80% of them, 90% of them into the same lump. Because that is those 90% are the ones that are going to take over the country and rule this country for the betterment of everyone. That's all I'm saying. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much to Niger for making that so quick. No, Mr. Alex, wait, just hold on. We are getting close to you. I think you're the next after Mr. Pansat. Mr. Pansat, sir, please talk to us.
Thank you very much. Alex, I don't know, is it something urgent you really want to... Does it leave? Alex, you want to say something?
No, continue. No, continue, sir, continue. I will just be patient. Thank you.
Okay, very good.
Thank you, sir.
So, right now, what I want to do is what I started with, but I was misunderstood. I'm saying that all of us have a point. Since we've been listening here, there's nobody who's out of order. All right? Mr. He has a point. To Niger has a point. But right now we're playing chess. So I don't want anybody to try to tell me to play Lido, not even draft. Say, make I go begin play Lido. It's a chess match now. We're focused on the election. There's no reason for me to stand here and be preoccupied with condemning an Islamic cleric, a controversial Muslim cleric acting as a self-appointed middleman between himself and the government and bandits. Do you know how many bandits you have in the north right now? Most people don't have an idea. It's not like 50. Now, each bandit has from 500 to 1,000, some of them 2,500, some 50, some 100. It's not just 100, they have hundreds of bandits, terrorists operating over there, killing their own people and others. So you have a cleric who's very controversial. Some regard him as a terrorist. So he goes yesterday and gives a sermon where he's preaching that his people should not vote. You know, he's calling his people, these bandits, these terrorists are his people. Say, don't vote for somebody who's just going to come out here and kill you. For self-preservation, I want you to vote for somebody who's going to negotiate, perhaps give us what we want. So I'm not going to be distracted with going to sue him. All these Nigerians who are sitting here right now and listening to us in the chat section and outside, talking nonsense about don't placate Gomi. They sit there. Buhari comes in and removes the Chief Justice of our country. that requires 2/3 majority to remove from office, from the National Assembly. He single-handedly removed Chief Justice Onegin. Nigerians did nothing. So at the courts, he's taken it over. He took over the Senate, rigged the election. Nigerians said nothing. So he's got the Senate. He's got a rubber stamp, Senate president. He's got the courts. Even if Nnamdi Kanu goes there and wins anything, he's not released.
Mr. Pansat,
yes, sir.
Mr. Pansat, what is your take on the possible military taking over? On the possibility, because I want us to really address that part.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Let's actually deal with what we have at hand. The military cannot take over because it will be the best thing for us, right? If the military would take over, so we could then know we're fighting the military. The problem we have is that we don't even have it. We don't have it that lucky. So the only thing we should be concentrated on is to actually identify all the parties in this thing, right? For the first time, Nigerians are awake. The worst thing anybody's going to do is to try to rig the election because the youths are not going to have it. People from Edo are not going to have it. Easterners are not going to have it. Northerners are not going to have it. So it's just not going to work because, believe it or not, we've made progress. What we all hate is happening to everybody, not just one ethnic group anymore. So some of the things we were crying about in the 1960s, people are crying about it now. So we have to play chess. Nigeria is right by saying don't demonize all Northerners so they could come out of their shell and come up here and talk to us, right? But Mr. Ahi is right as well. If we're going to have a conversation, we have to be honest. We don't want Northerners to come here. If they want to be babied, you're going to come here to hear that terrorism is one of the biggest problems we have in the country. Islamization of the country with secular state. So you can't come here trying to hear what else. What do you want to hear? But if you're afraid, you can't come here because your neighbors are going to kill you because you are fraternizing with Christians, infidels. It's understandable. But all I'm begging everybody is to assess the country properly. People like Gumi, it's irrelevant right now. He's a pariah. Does he have intention to kill us? I don't know. Is he working as a negotiator that goes in the dens of terrorists? What do you expect him to say? Come out here and condemn them? How's he going to go back out there? If there's somebody to negotiate with, he'll be one of those people. Like somebody said, he's a scholar, he's learned. If you ask me what do the terrorists want, I have no idea what they're fighting for. I have no idea. There's so many of them. But before I forget, the only person whose life is at risk is Tinubu. In the unlikely event that he wins, he'll be dead within a week or two. Because Shetima is not a Boy Scout. Shetima is watching him to take over. He's not even going to last a month. They did it MK Abiola. The kind of people who want to do harm to our country, the kind of people they kill are not people like Peter Obi. They kill people who betray, people who play evil politics, people they can't trust, people who betray their own people. They know who those are. So we worry about anybody else, we should, but we're not. It's not Peter Obi that it's this election. This is the Nigerian people. If you eliminate Peter Obi, it's like removing Nnamdi Kanu, and you say, okay, the Biafrans or the Southeasterners are done. Once Nnamdi Kanu is just somebody who is doing his own thing. All right? He's not the people. Peter Obi is not the people. So I want to caution everybody, don't be afraid Don't be saying the Northerners own the country. What country? They don't own the country. The problem we had before is that we're so divided that a bulk of good tribes were not looking for their own self-interest. They thought the only people to be trampled upon are the Southeasterners. That was the only problem we had, the whole problem we had. But today, if you're in Benue Plateau and somebody's going to come take your farm or kill you, you're not going to let it. If you're in Edo, you're not going to let it. If you're in the Yoruba land, you're not going to let it. In Igbo land, the same thing. So now, the Christians feel marginalized in the north. They're not going to let you marginalize them. So it's not a northern thing anymore. Gumi wants to create war between Christians and Muslims. But somebody like me, I want him to get it. Because actually, that's the only battle we should be fighting is that battle right there. It's intractable in every society. In Nigeria, it's like 50-50, 40-60, I don't know what the percentage is. It's two traditions that nobody has been able to figure out how to fix that. Maybe Nigeria is going to be lucky. We have an election. The right person wins it. They give it to that person. But if they don't, yes, after February, they will have that discussion because that battle is where the whole thing lies. That is not something to shy away from. But I have committed myself to give it all try, to be democratic, forget about the history of Christians and Muslims then, because it's right there. That's what's staring us in the face. So if they want it, let them rig the election. Then after February, we're going to talk about that. That's all I'm saying. For right now, if somebody, you want me to spin food you so you could come to a platform and talk? No, I don't have to do that. This is not my platform. This is not a platform of my tribe. But I'm here to respect whatever the rules are, voice my opinion, hope the best for our country. That's it. I'm not going to spoon feed you. I'm not going to baby you. I'm not a politician. I just want a peaceful country, a progressive country where all of us can contribute and be safe, practice our religion, the private affair in a secular country, have respect for myself and my neighbor, love my neighbor like myself. Is that too much to ask anybody? Come on. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Pansat. Thank you very much, sir, for your submission. I guess Mr. Alex might be responding to every one of you here and the main topic that we're talking about. Alex, please talk to us. Good morning to you once again, my brother.
Thank you, Mr. Najawash. Thank you, everybody. My dear brothers, my dear veterans, we are in this together. I want to apologize to, I don't know if this is right, to Dumengo Ojukwu, the Ikemba of Inewi, the first Oxford graduate in Nigerian military. Because the Bende State, the Midwestern region, especially the Benin Kingdom, those days, the Benin, we played also a very bad role. I will not go in details. This nonsense we are seeing today would not have happened if the agreement reached somewhere in the East by all stakeholders across the length and breadth of this nation was carried out. When the Republic of Biafra was declared, when the Oduduwa Republic was also declared, and the Republic of Nigeria was declared. Some miscreant in the military, they betrayed Mr. Ojukwu. How many people was among the betrayer at some point? I have that details. So I will apologize on behalf of my own family, because this set of people who don't want to train their children, who intentionally do not want to invest on their children, they call them amajoris. They unleash them
You
for
see that
different.
more polarization.
Listen, I'm going somewhere, please, guys. I did not distract you. I did not distract you. I don't know if you are an amajori, but this is what we are seeing on ground. How did they kill Deborah? What about that? Does that make sense to you? Okay, now have you heard anything about those that killed that poor girl? Would they kill your sister like that? Would they kill your wife like that? Does that make sense to you, my brother?
After the ones that did it, don't generalize.
For me, my dear brother, I apologize to Ojuku. Listen, guys. You won't watch TV. At some point, you see some buildings collapsing on their own. You don't need to touch them; they will collapse. You only have to save lives. Nigeria will eventually collapse unless Peter Obi comes in next year and heal the land. Even the victims of the Biafra Civil War are still begging for healing. They brought us a fake reconstruction, reconciliation, and rehabilitation. And the fake NYSC, they call it an integration program. As we be integrated? As there be rehabilitation? As there be reconstruction? Let's be honest here. I'm going somewhere to the topic. I'm just starting the car. So for me, when people are busy investing on their children in other parts of the country, you are busy producing children to the glory of God, we know. But you should be responsible for God's sake. If we want to build a united and a safe environment for human beings to live, they want to turn us through their religion into animals. We are not vampires. We don't kill people. We are normal human beings. We don't glorify the death of a fellow human being, let alone a fellow Nigerian. You saw how they were glorifying the death of Deborah. You know the killings nationwide for the past 6-7 years. We must tell ourselves the truth. We are not animals. Up till now, the law only works against people who are not from their side. So for me, if you are shying away from the truth, the country will collapse on everybody. It's just a matter of time. A little wind will just blow. You will see it happen. It's not what you wish for. So talking about the military taking over, my dear brothers and sisters, the military can't take over. But the citizens are not well treated. The citizens are hungry. The citizens are disenfranchised. The citizens are not protected. The citizens are denied the basics of life. No water to drink. No food to eat. Farmers have been chased away intentionally with the unleashing of 6 million killers by the federal government. Where are those that bombed the Kuje prison? Why are you hiding from the facts and figures I'm giving you? Am I wrong? If I'm wrong, challenge me. I dare you to challenge me if I'm wrong. Was the federal prison? Listen, I'm going somewhere. I'm going somewhere, sir.
Let me just, I hate to interrupt you because it's so eloquent and I really want to hear from you. But before you leave that topic on the lady that was just killed, the lawyer, Miss Raheem, you know, I want to remind you because there was an incident not long ago, was it's a Yoruba, the first female combat pilot officer, flight officer.
Yes, I remember.
Lupe,
a young lady.
A young lady, and there seems to be a pattern of eliminating these southern, especially Yoruba elites, like flight officers, army officers, and I wanted you to remind you of that.
Yes, I remember that young lady who was caught in her prime. There was no justice. They said it was a mistake.
Yeah, that it was accident, like a car running.
Yes, and that lady was combating the so-called bandits.
Right.
And they want to make us by force accept the killings of human beings as a normal thing to do. No, we are not the same in that regard. We are not one. We don't suck people's blood. We don't glorify death. We are hospitable. We are normal human beings. We don't kill people for joy or for God. I don't know the God you are killing people for. I don't understand where the madness came from. And when we talk, people say we are polarizing the place. The place is already polarized by the killings. I pray that your sister will not be killed and shown on video. Set a place. For me, the country will on its own collapse if Obi do not do anything about it. Whether you like it or not, nothing lasts forever. Not even bad things. So with the way things are going now, with the injustice everywhere, with the blood crying, God said to somebody in the Bible, he said, the blood of your brother is crying to me for vengeance. Do you know how many bloods are crying? Do you know where is the justice system? Have you ever asked of the whereabouts of the feelings of Deborah's parents, Deborah's brothers and sisters? Have you ever talked about that? That we have a law system, a so-called judicial system. So for me, what is happening now is the kind of thing we went to buy in the market. I'm sure Bola and the rest of them who were against the ideas of Ojukwu are happy now. Even some of our people from Edo State who somehow betrayed Colonel Ojukwu those days, they've all seen it. Go on, said it on BBC 8 months ago. That is, if he had known that his people will be killed in the Middle Belt, he would have allowed Biafra to go. That he's too old now to do anything about it. Gowon said that. Gowon, who was the military president, a 29-year-old then, illiterate president then too, because he was at the Aburi conference in Ghana. So for me, we are deceiving ourselves when we refuse to call a spade a spade. You call a spade a shovel to my face, not when I'm here, not under my watch. If you have to fix the country, you must heal the land. The land is bleeding. Justice needs to be served. Up to today, America still put flowers on the graves of the victims of the September 11 attack. They went after Osama bin Laden, brought him down. They still remember those families and those names. So we must remember what happened. That's the beginning. You cannot develop on people's blood, and you are still doing it. You are still dividing the nation. The whole thing is being taken over by one side of the country, and you expect them to clap for you. So the military, for me, can't take over. The only thing that will happen, the citizens will take back their country, either by the ballot box or by violent means, because survival instinct is a natural thing with every animal. And man, according to Aristotle, is by nature a political animal, because it's all about interest. People want to feed, people want to eat, people need shelter, people need jobs, and they know the resources they have. Imagine you tell me the oil in the deltas is for Nigeria and the gold in Zamfara is for the Northerners, or is for Zamfarans. When we talk, you tell us it's not all of them. Come and prove it to me. It's not all of them. What did their youth do when Deborah was killed? Did they come out and lead the protest in their city where it happened? Did they even come out in Abuja to even lead the protest? What did their so-called youth that you are defending? It's not all of them. For me, the country is lopsided. The country is a fraud, and it will break. It's just a matter of time. It's a matter of when, not if. So, dear brothers and sisters, my condolences to that woman. May God take care of the family. But we must tell ourselves the truth. We are not one. Some people glorify death. They say they are killing for some strange god somewhere. I don't know how they come about that. I don't know the dogmatism. I don't know the brainwashing. I don't know how that came about. They forbid to train their children. They have a lot of children. They don't want to train them. They unleash them, monsters, with 6 million AK-47s. So we have them in the National Assembly who are funding this chaos. I'm not afraid to make my legal logomaki. And my logomaki I will make without logo apartheid. I stand to be corrected. The people destroying this nation right now, the people destroying the peace of the country right now, are those at the helm of affairs. And the majority of them are from one side of the country. And don't stop a baby from crying when you beat that child. We who are from this side of the country are seeing things. You expect me to be quiet about it? Hell no. This is why I went to school. So if you want to really fix the country, like somebody said, after obeying wings, we'll sit down and talk. If we cannot agree on something,
someone said that he allow Biafra to leave. Where did
he said go to BBT, go to Gowon interview. I will send the link here. Don't worry. If that's paying you, Gowon is angry with it. Even if Gowon is not living in Nigeria now, he lives abroad. He only comes for official duties as a former military president. If you don't know, he's bleeding because people called him. His village called him to order. I said, look at the people you fought for those days. For you to have allowed the country to break and let peace reign. Swedish and Danish, are they not living together? Were they not all one country before? Why are we afraid of negotiating what is good for everybody? So that is your business. So may they not kill your sister, may they not kill your mother, may they not kill your relative, may they not catch you and cut your hand. You that is talking before you wake up to reality.
You would rather polarize our nation. I don't know what you represent. We
don't belong to each other. You can go and ask the Lekki toll gate victims. Go and ask the lady to the people who were killed. So, my dear brother, I know you have praise from the Fulani enclave. Tell them to stop killing people.
No,
Tell them to stop killing people. We are not vampires. We are human beings. We are human beings. We are well brought up. We have hospitality. We are not animals. Tell them to stop killing people. Tell them to stop killing people. Tell them to retreat our military from the east and let them secure the country. They should stop bringing people from Niger Republic, from Mali, from Guinea. They should rule this country according to the rule of law. We are not animals. If they are animals, we are not animals. We are not dogmas. My dear brothers and sisters, we have proper home bringing. So the Nigerian government with the Fulani mentality, killing nationwide, and you expect me to be quiet? Not me.
Mentality.
So it's the Fulani mentality. Let me tell you, in Edo State, a woman's mother was killed. A woman's mother was raped by 8 people of these 9 people. So that's not true. That's not true, my brother. I will not allow you to make a submission because you are protesting with them. Sean Gumi is a criminal.
He's really annoying me. Can you somebody mute tonight?
This country, we cannot sit here and pretend as if he's helping us. He's not helping us.
My dear brother, my dear brother.
All right.
Let me tell you, my brother. Let me round up. Let me round up.
It's okay. Thank you. Please stop interjection continuously like this. It's not right. If you want to say something, just indicate. Then we'll give you the time.
Can I round up, sir?
Speaking. Mr. Alex, please round up so we can hear from someone else.
If you can remember, Niger was a woman called in from Canada in Edo State here. That her mother was raped by Fulani killer herdsmen, and she was killed. Another woman we know, her mother's head was cut off too. And you send your team into a village to confirm these stories that we are hearing. That some places have been taken over in Edo State, and you know the results. The video is there,
and we have the video here on Nigeria.
So what are some lunatics or some gullible people saying to me? Some Judas Iscariot. Me, I don't understand. Are we lying? Should it be your mother first? Should it be my mother first? And there is no justice. My state governor is a Fulani imported governor too. There's no justice. We have a Fulani man in government house here in Edo State. He knows that he cannot escape it. We will catch up with him after his term is over. We are waiting for him. The laws are guiding him now with his so-called governorship immunity. He cannot escape it. So for me, a killer is a killer. Don't force me to accept the vampire life you like in the north. No. Prove it to me that if they are not, if they are not in support, they should have done a protest for the killing of Deborah. And as we speak, some roads are not go area. Fulani republics in Edo State, out Chibini Road. We've been lamenting for 2-3 years. Media stations have been banned from reporting the killings in Edo State, orchestrated by the state governor, and we have evidence to these things. And our state governor was to release 20% of lands in every local government. About a year ago, Nigeria you stopped it with civil rights bodies when they led the protest, and we won, and they threw away that bill from the state assembly. Am I lying or not? So we don't just talk, we talk with facts. It's very visible to us like the biblical Mene Tekel Fasi. You can't tell a blind man is raining. There's an agenda, but they should know. It's not all territories you venture into. When you enter the land of the great Benin Kingdom, you'll be exposed. We have that history. NSAS started from Benin and Delta states. Go and ask questions. If they want us to stay together, let them pray that the radicals do not rise in Delta and Benin zone. It's just to take the blessing of the palace and declare Edo State a nation of its own. Then Nigeria is gone. They should be careful with the game they are playing. They should be very careful. If somebody rises in this region, then automatically the whole country, because anything that starts from here is like a wildfire. Because we are educated, we are principled, we are not out. We work within the ambience of the law. But you can't take our life, rape our sisters, kill our mothers, and expect us to sing for you in the name of you be a Fulani enclave mad dogs. We don't take it. Thank you.
Sorry,
all right.
Niger was, please, can I just respond to this? Since I didn't take a lot of time in my time.
Niger was, please, if you respond, I will respond to him too. I will. We are in the National Assembly here right now. If you respond, I will respond to him.
Alex, please don't interject him, please. I understand he did, but to Niger, you have 2 minutes. Go ahead.
Yeah, you see, this type of thing that he's saying that is boldly spitting out in Nigeria, if he had done it in the West, he'll be accused of hate crime and chucked in jail. And because you know why they do that? Because you are weakening the country and dividing the country deliberately. Some of these people that pretend to care about us, we have to ask questions before we start listening to them. Because they are not providing solutions. They are trying to polarize and cause conflict. And when you cause conflict in the country, what do you think is happening? The true enemies will come and take you apart more easily. What they are doing is dividing us. Because if you mean well for the people, what you should be doing is working with the people on the other side that believe what you believe to solve the problem. Dividing the country in half or in 5 or 3 different zones so that we start fighting each other. What kind of language is that? That is not unity. Even in the Bible, they tell you that anybody that causes division between brothers is a sin. It's considered a sin. And they also say the outcomes of what you are describing is what you should. Is it not Jesus Christ that even said, by their fruits you shall know them? What is this man saying that is going to help us? No, what is this man saying that is going to make Nigeria any stronger?
I'm describing what is happening. I'm describing what is happening. I'm not telling you anything else.
If that is all you were doing, that would have been fine. But you are
stigmatizing
a whole race of people, a whole tribe of people. You are stigmatizing a whole tribe of people, a whole region. He's stigmatizing all of them. That is not caring for the people.
Could I take 30 seconds to clarify, so you could clarify? Let me just ask you a couple of questions so you could clarify, right? You do not disagree with Mr. Alex. The bulk of what he's saying, the spirit of what he's saying, do you disagree with him on that? Or you just saying that it's division if the way he's wording it, that it would turn off the good Fulanese or whatever? That's what you're saying, right?
It will turn off every well-meaning Nigerians.
Exactly.
Because what he's doing is pushing them away and bringing all the extremists to the front.
I understand, but you do condemn.
Yeah, but you this condemn. When it comes to talking about the Igbos and the Biafrans, you divide.
I do the same thing there too.
You are not being truthful to yourself.
I do the same thing.
No.
Tunaja, can I tell you something? Tunaja, can I tell you something?
Come here and talk rubbish.
If this evil continue in Nigeria, if anybody rise up from the south, if anybody rise up from a good state and Delta state, it's gonna be history.
And you'll be there. The Fulanis will come, and all the service chiefs in Nigeria, they are Fulanis. All the important positions in Nigeria are the Fulanis. Do you ever complain of that?
Is it the same under Obasanjo? You see how unreal? You see the way they think? Is it the same under Obasanjo? Is it the same on different governments come with different cabinets and different ministers? So stop making it look like this is going to last forever.
Could you now take the rest of your time to talk to these killers? Let's hear you make the appeal for them to try to have one unified country. How do you approach that? Tell me and Alex how to talk to them. Go ahead.
The way I will approach it is a no-nonsense policy, whereby if you feel like in this country you're going to be killing people, the reason why you are able to do it, I'm talking to the killer right now. The reason why you are able to do it is because, one, the country is weak and the country hasn't gotten its act together. The moment that happens, you will account for what you are doing. And secondly, if you are attacking your country thinking that you are worshiping a god, you are destroying your own homeland, deliberately thinking that you are worshiping a god that is not going to.
But this is the first time I hear you talk like this. This is the first time I hear you talk like this.
Not just listening. Those people that you think you are worshiping, their country is doing well, but you are here bending down, worshiping them every day while you are destroying your own country on their behalf. In reality, you are weakening your own societies. Either you choose to fix it, or the people that are willing to fix the situation will join the military and take you out. Because we cannot afford for our children and our families to be kidnapped and be living in destitute continuously. Sorry.
Mr. Tunaja, let me quickly ask you. I want to ask you, are you against the crime just only showing concern about the generalization, or you are not against the crime at all? I don't know, because I want to know what are you supporting and what are you against? Are you against the crime?
I'm against the crime, 100%.
Okay, and you are concerned about the generalization, right?
Yes, because it prevents us from solving the crime, makes the whole thing worse.
Okay. All right, go ahead. Please round up. Let's move on to the next.
Mr. Naja was okay.
So the generalization is where because it's dividing the greater mass of people. The people committing these things are relatively small in population, but the people you need to solve the problem, you are pulling them apart and weakening them, because when people are divided, that is their greatest weakness. We all know the statement. Together,
Okay, Naja, can I say something for a minute, please?
All right.
Yeah, but he hasn't. You leave.
Yes, he has. I'm sure he's done. Can I say something? If you are in a village, and people are branding your village people for doing certain things, and it's not all of you that are doing it, what is the responsibility of the elders? Is to call everybody to a round meeting and fish out those people, not what is continuously happening. And let me remind you, there are countries that are not up to 300, 400,000 population. So dividing Nigeria is just the easiest thing to do. But since they have refused to listen to the voice of reasoning, to stop the bloodletting.
Let's hear.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
You wanted to say something, please. You have 1 minute. Go ahead.
Thank you, sir. You see, Naija Watch, with all due respect, you see, when people are making, submissions and flowing, it is not good for someone to begin to, interject them continuously like that. You see, let me tell you one thing. For those of us that have lived in the northern part of Nigeria, the only people that are suffering in the north are the Christians. Look at the attacks. Just look at the demography of the attacks that is going on in the north. Look at where it is concentrated. Look, they have opposing sects. Shoot, let me tell you, a Shiite Muslim, a Sunni Muslim, the Ansaru, the how do they call it? All of them have one interest, and that interest is Sharia. None of them will tell you that they don't accept Sharia, both the Shiite and the Sunni. So if a group is fighting under that guise, they will not come against it. And for instance, you see these Fulani people, they are the ones we call Borurus. The house Fulanis. These are some of the things people doesn't know. For those of us that mingle with them, look, let me tell you why I condemn them too. Is this: they live with you, they know you. These militant ones don't know you. They've never lived with you before. But they are coming in under the instruction of those ones that lived with you, that knows you and know where you sleep. They use them as conduit to attack you. And immediately they want to attack you, go and check it. Go and check it anywhere you see this attack. Where they are, they will leave that place, and immediately they leave that place, you see the attack will come in. This is why people are saying Fulani, because they are working. A person that is throwing the stick and the person that is cutting, both of them are doing the same thing. Look at this guy, the governor of Imo State. There is a problem in that very place. What did he do? He invited army into that place and began to kill even the innocent people in Imo State. How many of them have done that? How many of them have done that? How many governors indeed have done that?
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
We have more people that need to speak here. Let's move on now to Shuk Sibibweze. Talk to us, sir.
Hey, goodbye.
Yeah.
Are you?
I can hear you.
Because of the noise.
No, I'm ready for you. I can hear you now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good afternoon to you, sir. Talk to us.
Yeah. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Naija Watch, and all my fellow panelists. I had the question you asked about if the military can take over, and the simple answer is no. For our information, if we are thinking we have a military, we are just joking. And for a military to say that a private citizen, is pressurizing them to do something otherwise, that tells me, because I'm a product of that. That tells me how deteriorating the military institution is now. And let nobody make a mistake. If they try anything
that is where they will see that Nigeria is completely divided. Even within among themselves, it will start there and we'll get out on the street and we will define the country we have. When we define the country we have, I keep calling on to Niger each time he comes here, right, to speak the truth. But all he does is deceive himself, thinking he's deceiving others. Why do I say he's deceiving himself? When you hear the likes of Professor Yusuf come on a national TV, talk about the Biafran, how bad it was. I mean, not the Biafran, the IPOB, how bad they were. And he go on the other side, he talk about going to the bush to meet the bandits and beg them and talk about leadership. And he never one day sit on that national TV to tell you and I that what these people are doing is wrong. It doesn't matter the condition they are doing it. I have never had Niger speak about that. Each time Gumi make statement, all this devilish statement, I always say to Niger, I want to hear your opinion. And guess what he does? The same thing he did today. He come and paint and try to fool everybody with that word. You are generalizing everything. Who is generalizing everything? If your leaders cannot speak that this is wrong, this is bad, I have that authority to speak. I have that authority to say that what they are doing is wrong. And if I don't hear people from that place say this is wrong, I am going to generalize it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Why would you come here to tell people not to generalize? Because this is what we see. We do not see people there. I hear people talk about what is it called? The iPods. They're not hearing from the leaders. Even this Professor Yusuf I'm talking about, he said it time without number that he's not hearing people from the southeast condemn this or talk about this.
Can I ask him a question?
Yes, you can.
Then, Tunaja, I would like to ask you a question too.
Yeah.
All right?
Unless it's not Tunaja that is talking.
It's just very quick questions. Two very quick questions. Is Buhari not from the north? Yes or no?
He is. Yes, he is.
Has he not been in charge of more deaths in the north than the previous government?
Can I ask Tunaja something?
No, just answer now.
I'm going to answer him. I'm going to answer him.
Has he not been in charge of more deaths in the north of these bandits and terrorists than
let him answer you now, because I need to hear from Mr.
Yes, Mr. Tunaja, he has been in charge of this, and there's more deaths on there.
Then you should think about that when you say none of them condemn them.
I never finish, right?
That's why generation is wrong.
If
Excuse me, sir. No one is in charge of death in the terrorists in the north now, because they have not shown us where they kill one terrorist.
How do you prove that people really die? Thank you, my brother. How do you prove it? That's the point. They tell us all nonsense. Thank you, my brother. Carry on. How do you prove it?
How do you prove the people that died in the southeast too? Jesus Christ.
We are saying this one. We are saying it here. We are saying it.
Okay.
Look.
All right.
Yeah. I've answered you, right? But don't forget the fact that the same people Gumi is using today to tell us. So when people talk about agenda, this is the agenda we mean. Okay. This is the exact agenda we mean when we talk about Fulani's agenda.
Thank you, Mr. Shooks. Thank you, Mr. Shooks. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay. Mr. Peter Okunda, you wanted to say something. Please talk to us.
Excuse me, Mr. Najawash, please. Mr. Tunaja, we have seen that in the east or in the south, they will bring out people that say they are terrorists. And Nigeria government never compensates them. But in the north, which claim to be terrorists, who kill innocent, and those people are in secondary school and primary school, eyes are seeing them. But the Nigerian government are building houses for their killers. Are you not aware?
I'm aware of that. In the case of the Southeasterners, I'm not so exactly sure why that has not happened. Maybe because they have not, none of them have given up their terrorist ways. You remember in the South, the same thing happened when the Tompolo and all their groups gave up their this thing.
That's a very wrong comparison. That's a very Tompolo never raped women. Tompolo never invaded farms. Tompolo never kidnapped railway lines. Tompolo didn't kill Deborah. Okay, don't make that nonsensical and non-typical comparison. Don't do that. Don't do that. That's wrong. That's wrong. Kidnapping white men for ransom and killing women are two different things. Carrying students are two different things. Please.
Soldiers died in the hands of the militants.
Let him learn, please.
Soldiers were killed in the hands of those militants, and in the end, it was like a war, really. And when they ended it, then they compensated and they sent them overseas, and they had all kinds of stuff. So when you see, we are the ones that set the precedent. Personally, I don't tolerate that because it's a weak state that does that. Normally, if these things happen, you are supposed to go after them and defeat them. That's all there is to it, really.
Thank you, Mr. Tunaja. Let me say something because you do comparison. The one in the note, you said they submit ammunition. That is why. Are they killing because their land were designated, or because they cannot feed in their land, or they are just killing because of the reason we cannot talk about? Because if you are comparing the Niger data you talk about, we know the reason that they pick up arms against the federal of Nigeria. But the Northerners, we don't know the reason. Can you tell us the reason they pick up arms against the federal of Nigeria, please?
Personally, I think it's deeper. It's more about destabilizing Nigeria. That's why I think Gumi is wrong. You placate those people, no matter how many you do. How many times have Nigerian government negotiated with Boko Haram, only for Boko Haram to come out and say, no, we never had agreed anything with them. What kind of terrorist groups disagrees with peace process? That tells you that something more is going on. And until the Nigerian state wakes up to this danger, this thing is going to get worse before it gets better. And dividing us is going to make it even harder to deal with. This is what annoys me. We should be waking up to the danger that we are facing here. They're trying to destabilize us so that we cannot progress. We need to arm our soldiers, arm our security forces, deal with this once and for all. This is what Egypt did. This is what Algeria did.
Thank you, Mr. Naija Wash. Thank you, Mr. Naija, Mr. Tu Naija. For this, you just said we need to arm our soldier and do this to our soldier. Now, are we going to arm the terrorists that is killing us to keep on killing us, or we need to drive them out?
Yes, and Tunaja said the Nigerian state must wake up. Who are the Nigerian state? It's not the Fulani people that are dominated the four most powerful positions. Listen. Okay, the four most powerful positions in Nigeria are held by the so-called Fulani enclave.
Let me ask Tunaja some question. Tunaja, you can see right there on the screen, and I know you're already aware of this. You know, I want to know, because everybody is still talking about this right now. Chaka Ahmed Gumi summoned to a congregation to vote for those who won't fight bandits but negotiate with them and give them what they want, because the bandits are the people, and his accusation of whatever, blah, 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 blah. Okay, let me stop that. Mr. Tunaja, just a straight question. Do you think Gumi should be arrested immediately?
I'm not sure he broke any law by saying that. Did he break any law that we know of?
Oh, he did.
If he broke the law, he should be arrested.
Oh, by saying that they shouldn't kill or arrest any bandit, he did not break any law.
Because he believes that subscribe to this idea that is it your people that they are killing? That's what one Northerner said. Is it your people that they are killing? It's our people that they are killing. So leave us.
So even though it's their people, are they not human beings?
I don't see. That's my point. I don't agree with these people.
What about the Southeast? So why can't you say the same thing about the Southeast?
What of Binianchi Road? What of Binianchi Road? What of Igboho family, Igboho land?
Everybody, hold on. So, Tunaja, are you telling me you justify the statement from Gumi?
Of course, I'm not justifying that. Like I said, if question you asked me was that whether he should be arrested. I said if he broke the law, yes, of course he should be arrested, and I disagree with him
But you,
100%.
but you did not think he breaks the law now by supporting bandits.
I'm not a lawyer, am I? I'm not a Nigerian constitutional lawyer. You tell me, you know more about Nigeria. If he has broken the law, then he should be arrested immediately.
Oh wow. Okay. All right. I would like to move on to
Sorry, Mr.
Najawat, are you aware that this same Shewugumi has been the one standing between these bandits and their kidnapped victims and collecting ransom all this while? Are you aware, with video evidence, he's the one doing all the negotiations? The Kaduna train, whatever that was kidnapped, 6 billion naira was paid to bandits. Okay. Shewugumi has been the one standing between them and the state. Who does that? Under which law?
That is the weakness of the Nigerian state. If this was any other
country, who are the Nigerian state right now? Who's your president?
Because this
who is your senior president?
You are weakening in Nigeria.
Who is your attorney general? Who is the IG of police? Are they all Fulanis?
You see, Alex, you can shout all you want. Weakening in Nigeria.
I will keep shouting. Don't worry. Justice will come one day, and if you shoot them,
Alex, you need to keep it down. Weakening in Nigerian state is not going to help us solve that problem.
Okay, let me hear from someone else.
If you can permit me.
Hold on. Brother Nice, go ahead, talk to me. We have somebody that have not said anything yet, so good man, please. Everybody, Brother Nice, 1 minute.
Yeah, now wow, they just take over the program. Yeah, for real. I would say what Mr. Tunaja is saying. Sometimes he's not. I don't know. It don't make sense. Sometimes it makes sense. Sometimes it don't make sense. What you just said now. The question to Mr. Naija Watch ask you, the way you answer it, you were reluctant to answer that question. You are still trying to defend those people. So I don't understand you. So for real, for real, Mr. Naija Watch, you see what I always said here. So all these problems that we are facing in Nigeria, if a competent leader come into power, the right thing has to do, he need to bring a very radical law. And he has to bring this thing back, capital punishment back to Nigeria, to eradicate all those rubbish. If it's not that, all those English that we are speaking here, arguing, we are just still going to continue arguing. All right. A competent leader need to come to power and bring capital punishment. You see all those this thing, that kind of capital punishment they use in US. That's the kind one they have to bring, little injection and all those things. Anybody they catch that is distorting Nigeria, that is causing mayhem, need to be given little injection, execution, different kind of execution. That is the one that will scare those terrorists. All of them will run back to where they come from. Not this English that we're just telling us here.
When they wanted to pass a hate speech law in Nigeria, was it not the same Nigerians that were blocking it and shouting, "Oh, the federal government"?
Tunaja, that's not true. Tunaja, you are wrong. That's not true. We need justice in this country. That's not true.
Hold on. Let's hear from.
We need justice.
Please, everybody, hold on. Good man. Good afternoon to you. Thanks for joining us. We have a broadcast by 5 p.m. So it's already 2 p.m. now. So we need to round up in the next 20-30 minutes so that we can come back again by 5. Let's hear from someone that have not contributed at all. Good man. Once again, good afternoon to you. Talk to us, sir. What's your take on all this?
Thank you very much. Tunanja, I said that we should not generalize, but I said before that there's a platform, a program, an Hausa guy, I sent a Fulani guy. He was saying to us, he's even calling on Fulani as well. It's not just we from the South. The Hausa people in the north, they are calling on Fulani as well. Everybody know that Fulani is the number one enemy of state in Nigeria. We cannot come here and say we not generalize. The boy said, in the region, the Hausa people, because of this attack from the Fulanis, they form a group that is going to fight back this Fulani. Even the army is even attacking them, but they form a group that the Hausa. But he's saying that the Fulani leaders, the Fulani is there. They've never for one day, for once, formed any group that will attack this Fulani that is coming to kill them. So he's saying that they're all into this. They're all the same. It's Hausa person talking. It's not me. It's not people from the south saying it. Hausa person saying it. That the Fulani there in the north, they are not forming any vigilante, any group that will fight against these people. But the Hausa people are forming group that will fight. And if Hausa form group to fight these people, the same Fulani people will be attacking them. Why are they forming this group? This is what I'm saying. So if you come and say we should not do, we'll call a spade, please. Let's stop pointing this thing. And look, this thing that Gumi said now, you see this statement Gumi said, it's going to go in because I'm looking Twitter now. Some people from the East is saying, for this statement Gumi said now, any killing in the East again, in any community, and the Fulanis in that community were not affected, maybe because what they do is they will disappear and the killing will take place. The Easterners is saying that any killing now in the East, and the Fulani in that community, they are not affected, they disappear. If they come back, they are going to chase all the Fulani away from that community, and if they don't go, they will attack them. This statement is going to cause a lot of problems. They are taking it lightly. It's not lightly. Because you come in on publicly to support bandits, support killing, to support terrorism. Why people are being terrorized in their village and somebody is coming to defend them, and the government is not arresting that person, and you want people to keep quiet, people are going to take action to it. Any killing, I'm telling you now, this thing now will bring a lot of crisis in Nigeria. I think it's a joke. People are no longer smiling. To Nigeria, people are no longer smiling. My Fajek sang that, Fajek say, we've been fooling around for so long. They fooled us along for so long. We cannot take it anymore. We will call a spade a spade. These are terrorists, and you're coming publicly to defend terrorism. You're telling us not to talk.
I agree with the fact that it will be better to silence people like that. But Nigeria is ill-equipped to open another front. If you go and pick him up now, one, there's no clear law that he has broken. That is obvious because we prevented the hate speech law. Then secondly, you could create another extremist movement again from that side. When you are supposed to be dealing with these people, Nigeria needs to recruit soldiers to deal with these ones that are in the forest, clear that whole place out. That is what they need to do. To
Nigeria, do you know that if you pick Gumi up, those people that is giving those people, it's coming to embolden those people in the forest. But if we pick them up, we are giving a statement to those people in the forest that look, if you can pick this man up, we are coming after you. But if this man can say this thing, and those people in the forest see that the man is still walking freely, come on, man, they will do more. But if
I get what you are saying. If there's a way they can pick him up, if there's a law they can use to pick him up, they should pick him up. Even if just to hold him away out of the system. But the danger is you could make him a martyr when you because he might say that, oh, you just come and arrest me for just saying that we should find a way to talk to make peace.
Tunaja, what law brought the bandit into existence? Who is sponsoring them? Which law brought it? What law gave power to people to lynch Deborah broad daylight and no justice? What law?
That one is a totally different thing.
What law brought the bandit?
Pardon?
What law brought the bandit into existence? Why is the federal government complicit? Why are they quiet about it? Where is our law? But they can go and kidnap the Kanu somewhere else outside the country. And they cannot talk about those in Nigeria.
Everything you are seeing in Nigeria now is what you should expect to see, given our security posture. It's not. It should be worse. Even I'm even surprised. It's not even worse. Everything you are seeing in Nigeria now.
Tunaja, do you know that you have someone here? Do you know that you have someone here who has spent almost 18 years in that army? I am telling you today, authoritatively. I'm telling you, if Nigeria, I didn't join the army when they were going to Lebanon. I didn't join. That was in the 80s. They performed very, very well. I joined them in the 90s. I took part in Liberia. I took part in Sierra Leone. I took part in many other places. The last one was Cameroon and Nigerian war. How do you want to tell me? In fact, I took the one in the Yugoslavia as well. We were there. Why do you want to tell me that Nigeria will go and perform so well in an unknown terrain areas, difficult terrain, but when you come back home, you cannot perform? I am telling you today, whether you like it or not, take it. This man you are seeing here was, I think this is Gumi, was a retired colonel. He was a retired colonel.
You wonder why our country is in mess. The people
and you tell me that the Nigerian military doesn't have the military mind to deal with these people. Is that what you are going to tell me? But how many of us? How many did they deploy in Liberia? Over 15,000 troops. Over 15,000 troops. With all this, what did they call it? With 105 105 radar controlled artillery piece. What are you telling me?
Yeah.
That they don't know their own terrain? Do you know what is 105 artillery, radar controlled, artillery gun? Look, let me tell you, these people, the federal government, the man in charge is the one that is responsible for what is going on in Nigeria.
See,
He encourages these people to do what they are doing, my brother.
Let me let you know something.
So don't give excuse. Don't give excuse. Don't make any excuse for these people.
Stop. Just because you serve in the military doesn't mean you know everything about the military. Because I spoke to Al Mustafa too, and I found him wanting. I can tell you that if I can find him wanting, and I can find you wanting too. See,
look, let me tell you.
Let me finish.
Are you justifying the killings of people by the Fulani herdsmen? Is that what you are saying?
Listen to me.
Let me answer him. Okay, go ahead.
Are you justifying the killing of people by the Fulani herdsmen?
Listen, my brother, to Niger. You see, when you are making submission like this, don't attack the integrity or the personality that you want to, make your submission. Look, let me tell you, I'm not telling you that I am, a perfect man when it comes to the military, job. No, I have my own shortcomings too. But I am telling you that if the Nigerian army will perform the way they perform, I was a member in Liberia 3 years, 8 months. If we can perform the way we perform in a terrain that is unknown to us, how do you want to tell me that coming to Nigeria you will not do something? And when I'm telling you, my brother, that they are deceiving themselves before this one. I told you that the federal government of Nigeria is the brain behind these things that is going on.
Tunaja, how do you convince me that a woman was killed and beheaded by Fulani herdsmen in my state? That I should not think it's the federal government doing it. How do you convince me that a woman was also raped by bandits and also killed? And my road now, some part of my express road leading to neighboring states is being hijacked by the same Fulani herdsmen.
Is Tunaja part of the government?
I don't know. Ask him. He's the second Shehu. Ask him. I don't know.
No, I'm not part of the government. You can hold the government accountable, but don't hold an entire race accountable. Don't hold an entire tribe accountable. That's what I mean.
Wait. I want to ask you that question.
What law did they wanted to arrest Igbo on?
Igbo was talking about breaking Nigeria up. That's a different thing altogether. I don't know what Gumi has said.
And what led to that?
Talking about you see the hypocrisy in the
Gumi is against.
And what led to that?
Look at this hot air. Nobody's making. Oh my God!
All right.
Talk too much about my feelings.
Enjoy your position. White last, Tunaja. The fire is coming, Tunaja. Enjoy it white last.
Position that you should be there. You should be there inspiring division. What is the position you
I'm
want
not inspiring division. I'm only telling you the truth. They are killing people. This is not to be a government. They are killing people.
No people should wait now.
Killing people nationwide.
And I will be clapping for you. It's not
Mr. Shooks, wait.
Okay, let me finish.
And this is how the Northerners think.
Mr. Shooks.
They are killing people. This is not government. Tunaja, they are killing people nationwide.
Okay, they are killing people nationwide. Is it the entire tribe?
Yes, it's the entire tribe.
And I'm your military to go and deal with this problem. That's how.
Who is the military? It's the same Fulani.
You are part of the military.
Good man, please finish.
Let me finish
in 30 seconds, please.
Okay, fine. Okay, I just want to say to Nigeria, you are saying if we want to separate Nigeria, but Gumi said the warriors are our people. Is it not division? Is it not dividing the country? Who is our? So you can start to tweet English the way you like. We know. Gumi said it says that our people. So
all right, everybody's going to have 1 minute now. Anybody that is more
let me finish. So
hold on. Yeah, may I use my 1 minute?
Hold on, please. Hold on. I'm going to give 1 minute to everybody. If you are above your 1 minute, I will not only mute you, I'll remove you from the screen because we are rounding up. Everybody, you can join us again by 5 p.m., which is already around the corner. So, good man, please hold on. You are going to have your 1 minute to round up finally. If you go above your 1 minute, I'll just remove it from the screen. That will be it. Brother Nice, your 1 minute starts now.
Okay, just to finalize everything, these people are backing these terrorists in Nigeria. Mr. Tunaja, have you read the tweet that President tweeted when Deborah was killed? Have you read it? Go and read it. You will see what we are talking about. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Mr. Max, your 1 minute, sir.
Thank you so much. I would like to tell to Nigeria not to make excuses for my people. And if you want to attack me on what I have done. Do not attack me based on what Al-Mustafa did not go to any foreign mission. It was just a CSO behind the principal, the CNC. So it was us that were in the front and doing most of the jobs that were that was done there. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you. Mr. Peter Okundaye, your 1 minute, sir. Okay, Mr. Peter Okundaye is not here at the moment. Mr. Alex, your 1 minute.
Yes, thank you. I want to say that people are being killed in Edo State as we speak. Our express roads have been taken over by the S-men, and we have a Fulani governor that is not doing anything about it, which goes to tell everybody that there is an agenda by particular people in power supporting their own tribal men to carry AK-47s and keep people without justice. There is no trial, there is no prosecution. Deborah's case is still pending. Lekki Toget is still pending. Kaduna Abuja train kidnapped victims are still pending, crying for justice. So it's obvious to the blind that this is a deliberate attempt to destroy, to carry out what I call ethnic cleansing, or to take over the whole country, which is not going to happen. So thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Pansat, sir, your 1 minute.
Thank you very much. I didn't interrupt a lot because everybody has been speaking my mind, obviously, Mr. Alex, oratory and his points, Mr. Goodman, Mr. Ehi, even Niger Watch, of course, my brother, Jesus is King, and Max, Mr. Kunde even. So, to Niger, obviously, the point you're making, I do understand where you're coming from, though. The only problem I have with you, though, is that you're against, you are for people you shouldn't be for. Like the last guy you mentioned that showed up the other time, what's his Mustafa. You're for Mustafa. You're against our teachers when they go on strike, and you support the government there. Now you're for the Fulani herdsmen coming and killing, and you know we are citizens. We're upset. We're here in diaspora. You're in diaspora as well. When Deborah is killed, and then this young lady that's killed by a police officer. I mean, what kind of relationship should we be yearning for? If the Fulani herdsmen don't want to get along with us, then is there a problem?
Okay,
we don't have to do it no matter what. So I bet you are politically though aligned with the focus we're on right now. That's why I'm not really irritated by you, because the focus right now is to get Obi in there with Dati, who's a Fulani man. So your point is silent. Let me just say this in conclusion. Your point is silent about railing against the Fulanis. Obviously, Dati Ahmed is a good Muslim from the north. So it's not all of them that are bad. So I'm for us holding our horses until the 25th. Let's do what Tunaja says on this one. Let's go through a civil democratic process, go through that election, and then we'll talk after that. Thank you very much, and I just watched for a good job, and my fellow panelists and those in the chat session. Thank you very much.
God bless you, sir. Tunaja, please talk to us, sir.
Yeah, as I was saying, you know, when people polarize the country, it doesn't do us. I am for terrorists and I'm for this. It's just one of those things that we seem to lack a bit of in-depth analysis of the way things are supposed to be. It's just two steps. Somebody can be for the aspiration of something and be against the process with which it is happening. Like Alex condemning the violence and all those things, that injustice that has occurred, is all good. But when you use people's victimhood to divide them further and weaken them further, that is not a solution. That is a devious thing to do to a people, because we are already suffering, and to divide us further, to weaken us, which we know in principle, how can we not understand that that kind of attitude should be pushed aside and figure out, because it has to be hard, isn't it? Instinctively, if people die, for you to say, you know what, let's reach across the aisle and let's try to work together and deal with this problem. That is what men do. Europeans slaughtered each other in the millions and went immediately after that. You know the will it would have taken to do that.
Okay.
We have to get behind, get past this divisive attitude and work together with our fellow countrymen and defeat these forces that are trying to disintegrate our lives.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. A, please talk to us at your 1 minute. Okay.
Yeah. You know, it's all well said. I personally support Peter Obi. I also support Peter Obi. At this right time, that we in the South have to look for our interest. We in the South have to come together. What happened in the past, that's what is affecting us now. By us thinking our backyard, we're very scared of it. Now it's not coming to bite us. We have to look for our interest. Also, general interest of the country. That who is better? Who is the best? Not just, oh, this person's for here or this person's for there, but who is better? That can rule that country, that can make that country look sound, that can give us justice. But at this moment, among these three people, the one that is better at this moment is Peter Obi. Not just because Peter Obi is a Southerner, or because we know, or just Percy we know, but because he's far more educated, it's far more sound, it's far more for the common man.
Okay.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Mr. Shooks Ibubweze, your 1 minute.
Okay, thank you, sir. Well, to Niger, it's not like everybody is attacking you, but you have to stand on the truth. That is absolutely true, right? You cannot tell me that this government budgeted 2.something billion for repentant Boko Haram, and those people who are in IDPs, they budgeted zero for them, and you're coming here to justify that. Please, you're talking about external forces while the internal forces are killing you. Come on, to Niger, stop telling us about external forces. We have to be alive to confront the external forces. If we all die internally, then we take it for free. This is something you are afraid of. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. Good man, please talk to us, sir. Your 1 minute.
All right, thank you. What I'm going to say is, look, terrorist index, he said, Fulani X-Men are the most deadliest terrorists in the world. It's not we that call it, it's them, it's the world. The world knows it. So why you come here to say we are generalizing? The world already know that the fourth most deadly terrorists in the world. And China is asking us to reach out to them. We've reached out to them. We gave them Sharia. Obasanjo gave them Sharia. Jonathan gave them schools. We even sacrificed the education of our children by quota system. Our children will score 200 to go into university. The one will score 20% to go to university. What else do you want us to do? Should we be cutting our neck to give to them? We've done everything for them. Things they don't want to take. We can't just continue to do like this as if they are babies. We are carrying them. No, we can't continue. We've done a lot for them. But if they cannot satisfy with it, look, we have to stand up now and start talking. So don't tell us we are generalizing. We've tried our best in the South for them. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Everybody have contributed. I want to tell every one of you that thank you very much. I appreciate you all, both to those of you that have agreed or disagreed. This is what the platform is all about. Everybody cannot share the same opinion at the same time, you know. So to Niger is also there on his own opinion. And why those of us that attacked him, we are there for our own beliefs and opinion as well. So at the end of the day, we all still gonna arrive in opinionism. So thank you very much, my people. We are here for a better Nigeria. Let's continue to fight. The last time I checked, Mr. Tunaja is for Peter Obi, you know, both here on this platform and any other platform that my people have seen him. So I want to thank you all. Thank you for your time. Join us by 5 p.m. We're going to be here talking about a different topic entirely that's affecting you and I. In togetherness, we achieve 2023.
with Peter Obi. Thank you very much, my people.
And they forget that Peter Obi has a Fulani running mate when they say these things that they are saying.
You know, thank you.
They
very
should
much.
stop the killings nationwide. Stop the killings. That's it.
God bless you all, and God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Join me by 5 p.m. I'm going to be here again talking about another shocking revelation. Thank you, and bye for now, my people.